And then after that, he went on and became a doctor, graduated from Columbia, and that makes him God. Not quite. And after that, he sort of studied Nu Skin, and has since, for over the last several years, been one of our really most effective Nu Skin leaders. And I thought, in fact, I think he's still a family physician. I'm not quite sure. Why don't we get him on stage and we ask him that question, okay? So here comes Dr. Ben Lowe.
Thanks, Joe.
Hi, buddy. Great. So, Ben, please have a seat.
Thank you. Well, Joe, first of all,
Yeah.
I actually no longer practice as a family doctor.
Really?
I actually now work with people to really change their lives with ageLOC and with the freedom that this vehicle can provide. So thank you for giving us that.
There you go. He's not God anymore. He's Nu Skin distributor, so that's great. So why don't I sort of put it on your lap to ask any questions that you may have on ageLOC and help all of us understand or what my perspective of ageLOC is all about.
Absolutely. Well, we saw that there's a number of new people here for the first time. If you're new, can you raise your hand again if you're here for the first time? So, and then there are a lot of seasoned leaders that would like to hear some things from you as well. So I wanted to start with just asking if you could just comment on what's already been done with ageLOC. Where are we today and what has already happened up to this point?
Sure. Well, if you sort of go back and rewind the clock about a year and a half ago, we obviously had, first of all, transformed the galvanic spa. For many of the new people here, you should know about a galvanic spa. If you don't know about a galvanic spa, you shouldn't be sitting here. We can ask one of the current distributors to tell you all about the galvanic spa. So we transformed that, one of the greatest and most effective skincare units that we have ever produced and developed in Nu Skin. And we transformed that into ageLOC with some ageLOC technology, particularly on the treatment gels. We incorporated some of our ingredients into the treatment gels and to make them even more effective. And then we quickly follow on with another skincare system. We call that the transformation system. If you remember, Ben, we launched that at the October Global Convention back in 2009. Right. So fundamentally what we wanted to do, because we knew, or at least the scientists knew, that ageLOC was such a powerful technology and it was such a powerful product platform, we would be somewhat remiss if we don't have all our distributors brought into the fold to understand what ageLOC was all about. There is a lot of science involved in ageLOC, and we appreciated the fact that only geeks are really going to get all the science, and we wanted to bring a product out through that science that you can actually see the power behind ageLOC, hence the reason why we brought out the skincare system. And then, well, in October of last year, we brought ageLOC into the body through Vitality. And today you're going to hear a bit about that, more about that product and how the science that we use from ageLOC to create and develop the Vitality from Dr. Mark Bartlett. So I think we are up to the present now.
Up to the present, okay.
Yep.
Great. There's probably two big questions that everybody in the audience wants to know. And the first one, I'm going to ask the first one now. And that is with the different things we've talked about, the innovation, the commitment to innovation, the alignments and partnerships. What really sets the ageLOC approach apart from every other anti-aging claim and product that's out there on the market, and how different are we?
Sure. And I think if you look back just a few minutes to what Jared and Janelle were telling you, fundamentally they show you a figure, you know, the concentric circles, and how with ageLOC technology, we are the only company that can truly attack those sources of aging. And those sources of aging are located at the genetic level. In other words, they are found among the 25,000 genes that comprise the human genome. And we have been able, together with our collaborators, be able to locate and be specifically identify those aging-related genes. We don't have to look now throughout the human genome, the 25,000 genes. We only need to focus on those genes that LifeGen has told us. Those are the genes that are related to the aging process. And if you can influence those genes, you can actually stop or slow down the aging process in every tissue. Okay? That is a fundamental discovery. Now, note, I've always used the word genes. In other words, I've used plural. I've never used singular. In other words, I've never said to you that it's all about a single gene. Aha, we've discovered a single gene, and this is a gene that explains everything you want to know about the aging process, and this is a gene that we influence. No, our biggest differentiation, and you're going to see a lot of gene stories out there, whether it's on the web or whether other competitive companies will be telling you about their single gene. It's never quite that simple. It's always about several genes. Always when you think about ageLOC, think about what we're trying to do is to play this aging symphony in your body. If you have that visual, if you just think about an orchestra, you know what that is what differentiates the ageLOC approach to anti-aging. Okay? You cannot play a symphony with a single violin. No matter how good that violinist is, and that's really related to this so-called single gene approach, he cannot or she can never ever play the whole symphony of aging. We can, because we have the multiple genes. Right. That is a fundamental discovery that we have covered with patents. We have 14 patents up to this point behind ageLOC. We're going to produce more from all the ongoing studies. That is the single most important thing in ageLOC when you talk to people. Yeah, you're talking about a single gene, or they're going to say, okay, we're going to affect the whole human genome. There's so much crap in what they just said that it's difficult to define the science. By the way, that's a technical term. So,
yeah.
Sorry, Ben. You reminded me. Yeah, we're talking to a very sophisticated audience here.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, how easy would it be? Is this something that was just developed in a year or two? How easy it would be someone to copy this or to compete with us?
Yeah, difficult in terms of copying or duplicating our ageLOC approach. Let me give you the number of ways that we have protected our approach. First, as I've already indicated, the technology is patented. LiveGen and together with our scientists, together we have jointly filed more patent applications to protect the ageLOC technology. Okay? Secondly, the thing is, it took more than 30 years of aging research by LiveGen, Dr. Tom Prowler, and together with Dr. Rick Weindrich. Together, they have more than 30 years of aging research knowledge. Without that knowledge, I wouldn't be sitting here, Ben, with you to talk about ageLOC. It took that long to get to a point of genetic understanding of aging to be able to create this thing that we call ageLOC. Okay? So if a competitor wishes to say, well, this is a great approach, and we agree that we want to duplicate or somehow create a similar approach in our company, it will take them 30 years. And then after 30 years, I'm somewhere else. Yeah. So, absolutely. You know, we keep on improving. So that's the most important thing. It's patentable, or it's patented. It took more, even if they can break the patents, it would take them more than 30 years to get to that stage. And then more, even among the patents, we just don't patent the method of ageLOC. We also patent the blends of ingredients that you see in our final products. We also patent those blends as well. So,
and I understand there's a whole team of partnerships and exclusive relationships that are involved with this.
Sure. Now, in addition to LiveGen, you know, you might have heard me and Mark mention, we also have a Stanford University collaboration, and Dr. Stuart Kim is one of our scientific advisors from Stanford. We have Purdue University. In fact, we had a guy from your third-tier university in Columbia, Koji Nakanishi.
Thank you.
Yep, he's a professor of chemistry from there. So we have many scientific advisors, obviously, and they together, and this is something that perhaps you don't appreciate as much as we do in science, and the fact that this kind of knowledge and the aggregation of scientific talent from these world-renowned professors, it's hard to duplicate. Frankly, not many of them would have joined or would have agreed to become our scientific advisors if it had not been Nu Skin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Final question. And what we've already released now to help us look better and feel better with this approach to resetting our genes is profound. We could build a very powerful business just with that. But human nature being what it is, and us being in the first kickoff of 2011, I know everyone wants to know anything you could tell us about the future of ageLOC.
Yeah. Okay, first we have to lock all those doors, and if you repeat what I say here, I'm going to have to kill you. So we're talking about the future. Scott had mentioned specifically to me that make sure you watch your words and not let anything out. And this is coming from Scott, our blabbermouth. So this is pretty profound. So anyway, just close your eyes and you imagine that one I have placed in your hands, okay? That I've dropped this little square thing that is made out of silicon, okay? And this is sort of like a silicon wafer. And I put it into your hands, and now you open your eyes and you look at it, and I tell you that this particular silicon wafer is going to change your life. That is going to change the world of aging, okay? Or in that instance, that it was going to change the world of computing. Okay. When you think back 50 years ago, that was exactly what happened. Somebody had in their hands a little square computer chip. And 50 years ago, I suspect, when we think back that far back, that we wouldn't have imagined that that particular silicon wafer is now found in practically everything that you have. Your cell phone, now that you can text, or your teenage daughter, you have to stop her from texting. You don't have your cars with the anti-lock brakes and so on. You find that the world is now controlled by that particular computer chip. So if you think about that visual, and now you bring yourself back into the world of ageLOC, what we have created in Nu Skin is a biological biochip. Okay, and with this biological approach that we call ageLOC, we are going to change the world of aging. What you've seen in your hands today and what you're using today, whether it's from the skincare transformation and galvanic spa, and on the vitality side from the Pharmanex ageLOC supplement, that's just the beginning. And I think afterwards, when we have another session on ageLOC, I will be telling you about the future a bit more. We are probably, if I look at it, Ben, we are probably just in the second or third inning of the ageLOC game. You still have a lot more innings to play as we launch the products over the next few years.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Joe. It's been such a privilege. This is profound.
Yep.
I don't think we fully realize all the implications. And on behalf of everyone, we just want to say thank you to you and your team, and we appreciate you.
No, it's our pleasure. It's always fun, you know, telling you about our products, and sometimes we do use geek speak. Don't worry about the geek speak. Just think, you know, the products, at the end of the day, from my personal point of view, is that all those products that we produce are innovative, state-of-the-art, safe, and effective. And there are very few companies out there that can actually prove that. All they do is talk, because talk is cheap.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Ben.
Stuck.
Okay.